Okay, so let's begin by creating a new project. Go ahead and click on New Project at the top. We're going to be selecting 3D URP, and you want to make sure that you download the template. After you've downloaded the template, just go ahead and name this project UI. I generally save all of my projects in a Documents folder inside of a folder called Unity Projects. Go ahead and select that folder. And then click on the Create Projects button in the bottom corner. All right, now our project is open. Let's talk a little bit about what a user interface is. And it can be considered really a system that allows a user to interact with an interface. So essentially, any computer or computer application, such as a video game. Unity has a pretty powerful way of essentially making UIs. So let's actually just start off with going to Layout and then 2x3. And then what I generally do is I'll click these three dots, I go to one column, and I drag my project below my hierarchy. I just kind of move these over a little bit here, like this. Now what I'd like to do is create a simple interface inside my view. So I'm going to right click, go down to UI, and I'm going to create a canvas. Now your canvas is essentially where all of your UI elements live. Now if you want to see how it looks, you're going to double click your canvas here. It'll frame your canvas, and you could hold Alt and left click to rotate around. If you want to add elements to a canvas, you can right click on the canvas and go to UI. And you can create, for instance, something like a button. You'll notice the button appears here. We also got a prompt. It says TMP importer, import TMP essentials. These are just like the actual text fonts and stuff for TextMesh Pro. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and let's go ahead and let that import. And you don't have to install the TMP examples or extras for now. So let's go ahead and close that out. Now for free aspect, let's say we're going to design our game by 16 by 9, and our button looks pretty small. So you can actually adjust the individual elements underneath your canvas. So if your canvas is closed, you can expand it by clicking that little drop down arrow, and then you can click on button, and you can see here I can adjust the width and the height of my button. Underneath the button here, you can see there's text. You can go in here and you can adjust the font size to make it bigger. So this is just sort of just kind of a basic of what a canvas is. If I press play, you can see I can actually interact with this button. It's not going to do anything, but let's give it a second. But you can see if I go over this, it has a slight tint. But if I go in here into my buttons, I can actually adjust the normal color, the highlighted color. Let's say we want it to be red as I highlight over it. I'm not clicking anything, just moving over the button. So let's say maybe blue is a little bit more of a common color. So something like that. So these are some of the elements that are within it. In the next video, we'll start diving deeper into what some of these other canvas elements are underneath here. There's also a UI toolkit, which we'll talk about later in this class, which is essentially going to be replacing this regular UI. But it has a lot of the same functionality. It's just built on more coding. So you could actually use either